What's going on, everyone? So, there's a lot of people speculating and throwing out the possibility of LeBron James leaving the Lakers and going back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, LeBron was in Cleveland catching a game. He was there to visit his mother for Mother's Day. Rich Paul and LeBron, they reached out to the Lakers to let them know, right? Like, hey, we're going to a Cleveland game. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Because a lot of people are looking at it as like last time LeBron went to a Cleveland game. The next time we saw him, he was in a Cleveland jersey when he was with Miami. But he's not leaving, or I don't believe he is. I would be incredibly shocked if he left the Lakers. He's all indications, all signs, everything points to him signing a 3-year max contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe he takes a slight discount to free up the full mid-level exception or something like that. We'll see how it all plays out. More likely than not, LeBron is going to stick around with the Lakers. But with the potential, because you never really know, right? What would a trade to the Cleveland Cavaliers look like for the Lakers? Like, what could the Lakers actually expect in a return for LeBron James? Because you got to take into account, yes, Cleveland, I believe, would do it in a heartbeat. Now, some people might think like, oh, why would Cleveland even have to trade for LeBron? Because LeBron's not going to take a vet minimum contract to go sign in Cleveland. So more likely than not, what it would look like is a sign and trade where LeBron basically signs a new deal, goes to Cleveland, or maybe he opts in and then they do a trade. However it works out. The only way Cleveland's realistically going to land LeBron James would be via trade. So it would also be the first time in LeBron's career that he's asked for a trade. So something to keep in mind. But let's go down this rabbit hole just for fun, right? It's the offseason. Let's explore some things. Let's speculate a little bit. So LeBron's going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Well, Cleveland, they're going to have to send out some pieces. They're going to have to send out some guys. First one is Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen, I believe they would trade. There's already reports going around that the Cleveland Cavaliers are unhappy with Jarrett Allen, that they feel he should have played. He was dealing with a rib injury. They wanted him to get injections and all kinds of stuff to basically force himself to play out there on the court. I don't think he makes the difference in that series. Like, I don't think, Jarrett Allen plays and all of a sudden Cleveland beats the Celtics. I don't think that was the case. And another thing that you need to keep in mind with Jarrett Allen, he's not some just like spot up corner 3-point guy where it's like, yeah, get him some injections. He's not really going to take much contact and then he can just stand in the corner. No, you're talking about a guy that's playing the center position. Like, he's getting constantly elbowed in the ribs and being physical and, he's boxing out. He's doing all kinds of stuff, right? Like, it's not just like a non-contact thing with Jarrett Allen. So I get why he sat out. I don't really blame him or knock him. I'm sure Cleveland fans aren't super thrilled or happy with it. I'd be more than happy to get Jarrett Allen. I wouldn't mind the Lakers this offseason trying to figure out a way to trade for Jarrett Allen. But they would have to give up somebody in Jarrett Allen, $20 million in salary, right? Because LeBron's going to get, say, $50 million, right? So Cleveland's going to have to give up quite a bit to get it. Let's say he even gives up a discount, whatever, to go to Cleveland, but you're still probably looking at around $50 million. So Jarrett Allen would probably be the piece. Now, another thing and another reason why Jarrett Allen would make a lot of sense in a trade for LeBron is if LeBron leaves, now you can slide Anthony Davis to the 4 slot, right? Because now you don't have LeBron, so LeBron has to play the 4 at this stage of his career. Well, LeBron no longer being on the Lakers, Anthony Davis gets what he wants, and he gets to play the 4. Where if you were to trade for Jarrett Allen this offseason, that would make things, I think, very complicated because Jarrett Allen isn't coming off the bench, and LeBron playing the 3 might not be good for the Lakers if he would even want to play the 3. So more likely than not, what would happen is the Lakers would land Jarrett Allen in a trade for LeBron. He gets to play the 5. Now Anthony Davis plays the 4 because you don't have LeBron. And then for Cleveland, LeBron just slides over to the 3. You move Evan Mobley to the center position, and then there you go. Right? So you have Mobley as the center, LeBron at the 4 spot, and then proceed however you want to proceed. Maybe they go get a center in free agency or something like that. if you're Cleveland. So losing Jared Allen, I don't think would be the end of the world for them. I think they still could just keep Tristan Thompson if they wanted to. They would be fine, right? But more like, because LeBron, even if he does go to Cleveland, he's not going to play the 3 for Cleveland either, right? More likely than not, what's going to happen is LeBron's going to still be the 4, which means Evan Mobley is going to have to shift regardless. So Mobley at the 5, LeBron at the 4, and then Lakers land Jared Allen. They get Jared Allen at the 5. Well, then it boils down to you're going to get one of Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland. Here's the thing. If Cleveland is going to trade for LeBron, they're going to keep Donovan Mitchell, right? The whole reason LeBron would go to Cleveland would be to play alongside Donovan Mitchell, right? LeBron would be looking at it as like, man, Donovan Mitchell, me, Evan Mobley, right? That's a big 3 right there that we could go and compete in the weak East and have a chance to actually make it to the NBA Finals. Right? And then, you keep, Isaac Okoro. He probably plays the 3. So now at that point, your starting 5 is probably Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Okoro, LeBron, and Evan Mobley. Right? So that's a starting 5 that could compete with any team in the Eastern Conference. I still think the Celtics, at least on paper, would be better. But I think Cleveland, depending on the LeBron you get, I think would be very good. Now you got LeBron and Donovan Mitchell as that 1-2 punch. Evan Mobley as that young, center star of the future, but also that third piece for now. You got shooting. You got everything you need, right? Like Cleveland would be a very good basketball team if LeBron went there. And then the Lakers would end up landing Darius Garland. So you would get Darius Garland and you get a Jared Allen for LeBron. And that would probably get you to the salary, right? Like maybe you throw in like a Jalen Hood-Schifino or something like that, because Jared Allen's making $20 million and then Darius Garland's making $34 million. So talking about $54 million, right? Maybe that's what LeBron signs for. Let's say he signs for $50 million, right? Well then, okay, you just throw in a Jalen Hood-Schifino and boom, there you go. So it'd be like LeBron and Jalen Hood-Schifino for Jared Allen, Darius Garland. Now, Darius Garland gives you that point guard for now and the future, right? So now you're looking at Darius Garland, probably Jared Vanderbilt at the 3, Anthony Davis, and, that's basically your 4 guys, right? So Jared Allen at the center, Anthony Davis at the 4, Jared Vanderbilt at 3, Darius Garland at the point. Maybe you go and trade for, some type of piece, right? Maybe you go at that point and try to see, can you pry away another star? I mean, at that point, you're probably not getting a Trae Young unless you could flip Darius Garland, right? Maybe you're trading Darius Garland and getting a Trae Young. Because I wouldn't be against Trae if LeBron isn't on the team, right? Like if you could unload, like, so say like you turn Darius Garland into, Trae, I wouldn't hate that. Where it's like, hey, we'll give you Darius Garland and 2 firsts or a first, right? And then you keep Austin Reeves and keep everybody else, and be like, hey, you could trade Darius Garland or DeJounte Murray to the Spurs, right? Because they want a point guard and they'd be interested in either of those guys, right? And kind of play some musical chairs with the point guard position. It's like, hey, now you got Darius Garland who's 24 that you could pair with your new rookie that you're going to draft. Right. And now you got your piece for the foreseeable future. Right. And then end up turning LeBron into basically Jared Allen and Trae Young alongside Anthony Davis. Like I said, you have Jared Vanderbilt. So you got low post defense. You got that playmaker and scorer. And then you just go get a 2 guard. Right. You'd still probably have a first and a pick swap in a couple seconds. Maybe you go get some 3-and-D 2 guard from somewhere. Can you go get an Alex Caruso? Right. Imagine if you basically flipped, let's say you flipped LeBron, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and Rui Hachimura or something like that, and your firsts, and Trae Young, Jared Allen, Alex Caruso, not too shabby to me, right? Have Trae, Caruso, Vando, Anthony Davis, and Jared Allen. That's a pretty good squad. And Is it a championship level squad? I don't know. I mean, you would have size, you would have versatility. You'd still have Austin Reeves that you could have as your sixth man or trade him. Try to figure something out with D'Angelo Russell, right? And maybe get some other pieces, get some other depth. To me, it would come down to like, how do you round out the rest of that roster? But I think you could get there, right? Like, I definitely think you could be in that conversation. I don't think that would be a terrible return. Now, would Darius, like, let's say you don't do the Trae Young route, would Darius Garland, Jared Allen, say, let's say you still get Alex Caruso, right? So let's say it's Darius Garland, Alex Caruso, Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron James, Anthony Davis and Jared Allen. Is that enough? Right? Because again, you're building around Anthony Davis at that point. Right? So like if you trade LeBron, you're not going to trade, like they'll ride it out at least a year and see like, okay, what does this look like? Can we get another star? Right? And if you ended up flipping LeBron, you're probably also getting like a pick or something, right? You're probably getting something else in return besides Jared Allen and Darius Garland. So, because I mean, you would have the control, right? Like you don't have to trade LeBron. He can't just leave and go sign with him. He's not going to sign for a vet minimum, right? But the Lakers would do right by him. The Lakers would trade him if he wanted to. And now you're building around Anthony Davis at that point. And so to me, it's like you got to at least see. You'd have all your assets. You'd have a Jared Allen and Darius Garland that now you could potentially package. If you're not super high on Darius Garland, well, then he could just be a tradable piece. Now you have Darius Garland, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, all that you could trade. D'Lo, if you can work something out with him, right? So it just give you more tradable pieces. Darius Garland is still a former All-Star, 24 years old. Like he has value. There's teams that would like Darius Garland. So you could always try to work something out to where maybe you're flipping Darius Garland, like I said, which is what I would probably look to do. Because again, like if like let's say Trae is a realistic option this offseason regardless, right? Well, then to me, I would still try to look to do that deal at that point, right? Because then, like I said, LeBron leaves, can you turn Darius Garland into Trae, right? And now your argument is like, hey, well, we trade you Darius Garland, now you can trade DeJounte Murray, and now you got your 24-year-old point guard to pair, because DeJounte Murray's, 27, going to be 28 or whatever, or he might already be 28, right? So, like, you get a guy that's basically 4 years younger that can now be your all-star point guard for the next few years. Darius Garland's under contract for the next 4 years, right? So, like, let's go. Let's get this done. Right? And now you get Trae, because I like Trae. I like something like Trae, Caruso, Vando, LeBron, or Anthony Davis and Jared Allen. I like that more than Darius Garland, Alex Caruso, things like that. Because at that point, you'd have enough pieces to go get like an Alex Caruso. I think somebody like that. And even if it's not a Caruso, like somebody that can be that point of attack. Right? And then imagine your bench still, like let's say you go get Alex Caruso, say you turn Rui in like a first into Alex Caruso, right? And let's say you trade for Trae Young. You'd have Trae Young, Caruso, Vando, LeBron, or Anthony Davis, keep saying LeBron, Anthony Davis, and then Jared Allen. That's your starting five. Then you'd still have Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves. You'd have Christian Wood still, who opted in. Maybe go get a Valanciunas, right, to come off the bench, or maybe an Andre Drummond, right? So let's say you get Andre Drummond. Let's just keep it simple. You get Andre Drummond. So now you got that. And then you just need another, maybe you take a flyer on like a Kevin Porter Jr., right? And then, ideally could you go get like, I don't know, could you turn D'Lo into, maybe a Gary Harris or something from Orlando, right? Gary Harris and some other place, like maybe, a Bagley or something. Like, that would be cool. Right now you're 10, 11 guys deep. You got versatility. You got size. You got multiple big men. You got scoring. You got playmaking. You got defense. I think that would be a very comparable squad personally. But anyway, again, just little fun conversation. Just little kind of growing through it and seeing like, what would that look like? But I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know how you feel, whatever it is. Do you like the idea? Would you want Darius Garland and Jared Allen, or would you want to try to flip Darius Garland into something else? Play along with me. Like I said, we're in the off season. Not like there's like a ton of stuff, like concrete stuff going on. It's all just speculative stuff. So let's play some games, right? Love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comments. That being said, If you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. It helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.